I'm going live. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the 11:30 matchup between Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls and Emerald City Junior Gems Reservoir Dolls. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Wake up, folks. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Boldy Knox right here, from right here in the Emerald City.
And I'm not on.
And apparently I'm the only live mic right now.
Checking that out. Yes, I am live. There we go.
There we are. While the refs are doing a gear check, I want to say a quick thank you to them for all the NSOs, the non-skating officials, and the referees that are here this weekend donating their time so we can make this fabulous event happen. Thank you so much. Love me some refs and NSOs.
And of course, a big shout out to Emerald City for putting this on this weekend. It's been great so far.
Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite weekends of the entire year. Anyone in the crowd? Yeah. Anyone in the crowd been here before? Very nice, very nice. Anyone in the crowd here for the first time? We got a couple refs here for the first time. Nice, some NSOs.
But do they know how to play roller derby? That's the question.
Yeah, I do enjoy having an event like this right in my backyard. It's pretty fun. Folks, while you're here today, we are having a raffle, the Big O raffle. We have raffle tickets, 1 ticket for $1, 6 tickets for $5. $10 will get you the length of tickets from your nose to your finger, and $20 from your head to your toes. Find a tall friend, spend $20, get some raffle tickets. Grand prize later today is 2 MVP passes to RollerCon 2014, which are sold out. This is your last chance to get them. Where's our little, oh, there you got the marking. The marking. 1 per bout, only for the record. Folks, if you're from Eugene area, we've got something new going on, pretty exciting. There's new Emerald City Roller Girls Rec League. No experience necessary, 18 and up, full or no contact options. It's starting June 1st. For info, go to emeraldcityrollergirls.com. This is really exciting.
That sounds like a great opportunity to go out and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of skaters who are retiring who don't really want to stop skating.
Absolutely. And of course, for those here who are not going to be tired of skating, you can go out to the Big O Skate Park Tour tonight. Eugene is home to the largest covered and lit skate park in the world. If you've ever wanted to try out quad skating at a skate park, now is the time. There will be experienced park skaters to help you have a fun and safe experience. Tonight from 9 p.m. to close, so after you're done with Derby, go out and hit the skate park. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great time to watch as well.
And that skate park is brand new. It's only been open for less than a month, so it's really exciting.
And of course, gear checks are done. Everybody's on the track, and we are ready to play some roller derby. Looks like first up on the track for Seattle Derby Rats is Lil Fistfight as the jammer. She will be up against number 81. That is Blue Meanie for the Reservoir Dolls. And there's the whistle. We are off. Little Fistfight to the outside. She is your lead jammer. Quick shot to the outside. Blue Meanie still caught up in the pack, trying to find her way around the last two. She's got Rosie the Creamer to beat. And a low block on Rosie D. Creamer as Blue Meanie tried to get past her.
Pomegranate takes out the jammer to the inside, recycles her back to the end of the pack.
And that's the end of the first jam. Lil Fistfight calling it off, picking up her 4 points. And next up we have Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls. She'll be up against Death Wish for the Reservoir Dolls. For those of you at home, Reservoir Dolls in the white, Galaxy Girls in the black. There goes the whistle. Death Wish going to the outside. She's pushed around, tries to find a line, no to them doing. Both skaters are caught in the pack. And there we go, Death Wish lead jammer for the Reservoir Dolls. Forearm called on Speedy Peaches. Getting a little physical there in the pack. Death Wish, lead jammer, comes into the pack on her scoring pass. Hits up against that front wall. Galaxy jammer still having trouble. Recycled to the back of the pack. There we go, a grand slam for the Reservoir Dolls. Assaulting Caramel finally out of the pack, coming around, going for her scoring pass, but the call off comes. She got 1 point in the back to the 4 for the Reservoir Dolls.
Up on the line, that's 909, absolutely daft for Seattle. Up against Psychotic Angel for Reservoir Dolls. Psychotic Angel fighting on the inside.
Very quickly to the front. Picks up lead jammer status for the Reservoir Dolls. Absolutely daft, not far behind her. Comes in for that scoring pass. Hit hard to the inside, stays on her feet, trying to find that line around to the front. Oh, and she's called on a back block penalty, so that'll be a power jam for the Galaxy Girls. Galaxy Girls pulling a little bit of passive offense, but modifying it a bit as she's trying to find her way through. That front wall finally broken up, gets on through for her 5 points.
Tiny Badness with a nice hit to the inside.
And of course, those 30-second penalties, it's a very short power jam. As number 13, back on the track, Psychotic Angel. Getting her 4 points. Of course, no lead jammer now, so this one will go the full 2 minutes. Both jammers running into those packs. 5 points a grand slam, and 5 points for the Reservoir Dolls as well. So both skaters somehow picking up 5 points on that pass.
That's interesting. While you're here, check out some vendors in our track 1 room. We got Armored Rose, Bont, Bruce, Skate News, to name a few.
Little fist fight once again, jamming for Galaxy Girls and Death Wish for the Reservoir Dolls. Both jammers out front, but it is Little fist fight picking up your lead jammer status.
Both teams down a skater in the pack.
And a 4-0 for Little fist fight, calling that off just as she hit the back of the pack. And now we've got Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls and Mally Boomer jamming for the Reservoir Dolls. There's a whistle, both jammers up against those 4 walls. Reservoir Dolls pushed to the outside. And a track cut on the Reservoir Dolls will give another power jam to the Galaxy Girls. Galaxy Girls jammer Assaulting Caramel finally picking up lead jammer status along with that power jam. Oh, Speedy Peaches with a great hit, pushing Assaulting Caramel to the inside. Unfortunately, went out with her. There's the 5 points for the Galaxy Girls. So they try to reset for the second pass on this power jam. And another 2 points for Galaxy. You know, I'm really noticing those 30-second penalties, especially on the power jams, are really cutting down the effectiveness of those power jams.
It has helped and hurt a lot both this weekend. Some teams, it takes it to their advantage, and other teams, they just don't have enough time to catch up.
Yes. And on the track, we have Absolutely Daft jamming for the Galaxy Girls, and number 13, that is Psychotic Angel for the Reservoir Dolls. Psychotic Angel trying to push to the inside. She's up front, but pushed to the inside of the track. And called on a track cut. So another track cut for the Reservoir Dolls, meaning another power jam for the Galaxy Girls. Galaxy Girls, a
Getting some
little
nice
bit of passive
offense.
offense coming forward very slowly, allowing that 4 wall up front to keep their effectiveness and stay within the pack.
Misfit takes her to the outside, back as far as she could go. Giving them time to wall up again up front.
Absolutely Daft up front, trying to push her way through, finally getting through, picking up 5 points. And that power jam is over. So a fairly effective penalty kill by the Reservoir Dolls on that one. Both jammers are back in the pack.
Galaxy Girls putting a hurt on up front.
And she's called once again for another track cut.
Galaxy Girls will start this next one off with a power jam.
And that will be another power jam for the Galaxy girls. They'll hand it over to Lil Fist Fight. Team started on the pivot line. Lil Fist Fight able to pick up a good amount of speed. And she is through very quickly for lead jammer status out of turn 2.
Reservoir Dogs working hard to stay together. But leave a hole in the inside.
Huge collision with that wall, no backwalk called. Recycles a little bit, tries again. Push to the inside once again. And this time recycled all the way back. Finally pushed to the inside, but cut the track, so power jam opportunity for the Reservoir Dolls.
They could use it. This is their first in the last 4.
Psychotic Angel completing her initial pass, coming in for a scoring pass on this power jam.
Speedy Peachy's working a little offense.
Directing traffic a little bit as the Galaxy goes stretching out that pack, getting as much as they possibly can. And there's 5 points for the Reservoir Dolls. And just like that, the power jam is over. Little Fist Fight push to the outside in turn 4. Recycles to the back. And that is the end of the jam. It's like right there at the end, Reservoir Dolls picked up 4, Galaxy picked up 3. Just over 10 minutes into the first half. Derby Brats are at 45, Junior Gems at 27. Galaxy starting off this jam with a 4-3 pack advantage. Number 60, that is Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy girls. And number 81, Blue Meanie. Nice jump through the pack. Blue Meanie picking up lead jammer status for the Reservoir Dolls.
Mad Smacks takes out the jammer for the Galaxy girls and then gets laid out herself in turn 1.
Assaulting Caramel threw her on her initial pass, but Blue Meanie calling off the jam after picking up her 4 points. And looks like we're going to have an official review called by the Galaxy girls. So we'll hear about that from the officials eventually. Some Big O fun stats. There are 36 teams here, 17 with it up, plus 4 B teams, 7 MRDA teams, 7 juniors, and Team USA.
It gets bigger and better every year.
Yes, it does. Also got 19 visitor businesses, 24 of us announcers, 112 officials on skates and off, 49 games, 31 people planned all of this. That is pretty amazing.
Indeed. I always get excited to hear where teams are coming from all over the world. And this year we have teams from all over the country as well, even more so than last year.
This tournament is just getting bigger and bigger. It is amazing to me how much it has grown just in the few short years that I've been coming here.
Indeed. And it's unique because we have all different types of derby here in one weekend, one venue.
that's one of the definite attractions for me, is being able to come here, see the men, see the women, see the juniors, and just the incredible amount of roller derby that I get to pack into one weekend. When I'm not announcing, I'm definitely in those seats watching.
Exactly. And it creates a sense of community as well. Here we are getting a chance to support each other and see all kinds of teams from all different areas playing together.
So it looks like the official review was over.
All right. The official review was over what was potentially a high block, but it was shoulder-to-shoulder contact, so everything stands.
And now we have number 34. That is Pookie Poundia jamming for the Galaxy girls.
And number 11, Bashful Babe, up for the Reservoir Dolls.
Bashful Babe has a couple to beat up front. She does so. She is your lead jammer. And an out-of-play called on the Galaxy girls, Stella Mental. Pookie Poundia sent to the penalty box. So another power jam for the Reservoir Dolls. Bashful Babe picking up 5 points.
Definite advantage when there's only 3 of the opposing blockers against you.
Another 5 points for Bashful Babe in this power jam, so 10 so far.
She sees that other jam coming in and decides to call it off.
But she got 4 points on that final pass, so a 14-point power jam. That's pretty good.
Indeed. Exactly what they needed as well. Now we're tied at 45-45.
So that was exactly what they needed. And now we'll hand it over to Lil Fistfight and Death Wish. I think we've seen that combination before.
Exactly. And we've got a full pack for both teams up front.
5-on-5 roller derby on the track. That's what we like to see. Reservoir Dolls stretching. Oh, a nice hit.
Speedy Peaches takes her out to the outside.
It looks like Speedy Peach is able to force that track cut on Lil Fistfight. So another power jam for the Reservoir Dolls.
They are down 1 blocker to help with offense. Deathwish has got to fight extra hard.
Death Wish taking advantage of one of those rules change. Stepped on the track a little bit, but if she's making an effort to get out, she's not called for the track cut. But she threw a forearm, so she's going to go sit, and Lil Fistfight was already out of the penalty box, so she'll be sitting for a full 30 seconds. Lil Fistfight has a power jam for the Galaxy girls.
Yeah. Gets an opening on the inside and certainly takes it.
Lil Fistfight, a nice move to the outside. She's got one to beat up front. Jukes around her. Gets her 5 points.
Only 3 Reservoir Dolls on the track right now. Nice hit to the inside by Tipsy Terror. But they leave a hole on the inside, and there she goes, right on through.
And an illegal procedure called. So the Reservoir Dolls jammer going back to the box. It looks like an illegal re-entry. And another 5 points as that jam is over. Galaxy able to get the lead 60-49 now. Just over halfway in the first half. Misbehaving all by herself on the jammer line. Juke to the inside. She is now lead jammer. Galaxy Girls able to contain that short Reservoir Dolls pack, create a nice opening.
Matt smacks back in, making that a 3-wall up front.
Misbehaving, blasting through the pack, picking up her 5 points. Death Wish out of the penalty box, so that is the end of the power jam. Misbehaving, picking up 5 more points, so 10 points on that power jam for her. Death Wish throws a little bit of a jammer defense in the back of that wall. Gets a little help from Speedy Peaches, makes her way to the front of the pack. She's got Stella Mendel to beat.
Reservoir Dolls take to the back.
Misbehaving, blasts on through, picks up 5 more points for the Galaxy Girls. And a timeout called by the Reservoir Dolls.
Sizzle Pies at the corner of Broadway and Willamette. Death to False Pizza.
I love that one. Also like to give a thank you to a couple of our vendors, Fast Girl Steaks and Flat Track Revolution.
Also, while you're in town, check out the Cowfish Dance Club and Lounge, 62 West Broadway, with great cocktails and daily drink specials.
And did you know that the Big O is a green event? The Big O is the first certified socially and environmentally responsible roller derby event. As a green event, we encourage everyone to please utilize the receptacles for composting and recycling.
Emerald City Roller Girls has been doing green bouts for a few seasons now, thanks in part to Recyco.
Galaxy Girls are from Seattle. We're used to recycling and composting up there.
I think some people are a little surprised when they get here and see it. But welcome to Eugene.
But then again, you know, the Northwest, we're all about that green recycling thing.
Concur. All right, timeout is over. Here we are back on the track. Juniors today are favoring that pivot line for lineups. You don't see that often anymore.
No, we don't. Tiny Badness for the Reservoir Dolls. She'll be up against number 909, Absolutely Daft. For the Galaxy Girls, Absolutely Daft having a little trouble in the back of the pack. Tiny Badness up against Rosie D. Creamer. She's a tough one to beat up front. Jukes around to the inside, picks up lead jammer status, but she has got Absolutely Daft right hot on her heels as they race around, coming around on that scoring pass. Tiny Badness calls it off before they hit the pack.
With the Reservoir Dolls in the back, that was what she needed to do.
Had to call it off or she would have lost those points.
Exactly.
Now it looks like we have Blue Meanie on the track once again, and that's Salting Caramel. I have to remember that it's a salting caramel, not a salting caramel. Either way, she's a great jammer. Blasts with the inside, lead jammer status.
Yes.
Angled her hips just right, pushing her way through the Reservoir Dolls wall.
Blue Meanie causing a little destruction in the wall of Galaxy Girls on her way out of that pack.
And she'll pick up 3 points. Assaulting Caramel will.
That brings us to 82-49, Galaxy Girls.
And now we're going to see Tiny Badness on the jammer line once again for the Reservoir Dolls, and Lil Fistfight for the Galaxy Girls. Once again, a clear penalty bench, so 5-on-5 on the track.
Strong wall, strong wall in the back of Reservoir Dolls. But she's still through Ferguson, picks up lead jammer.
Lead jammer status. She gets through the pack just before Tiny Badness clears on her initial pass. She passes her up and calls off the jam before they reach the pack again. A little bit of point protection for the Galaxy girls. Now we've got Blue Meanie for the Reservoir Dolls and Pookie Poundja for the Galaxy girls. Galaxy with a 4-3 pack advantage. And once again, they're starting on the pivot line. We're seeing that more and more today.
Both teams with strong walls, holding those jammers in the pack.
Blue Meanie pushed to the inside, has to recycle. Pookie Poundja with a couple of beat up front.
Molly Boomer with a nice hit to the outside. But she's too far away, sent to the penalty box.
Pookie was pushed to the outside, but they were out of play. Still had to recycle. And she gets right on through, picking up lead jammer status. And a low block called on the Reservoir Dolls jammer, so another power jam for the Galaxy girls. Pookie Poundja gets her 5.
Reservoir Dolls also down a blocker in the pack. Working hard to get them wall together.
Nice spin move by Pookie Poundja, beating the front of that pack.
Molly Boomer comes in and works hard to get up with her team up front.
And just like that, the power jam is over. A nice apex jump. Clearing on that initial pass. Blue Meanie finally forcing the call off. Great job, Blue Meanie, coming out of the penalty box on that apex jump.
Indeed, making it look easy.
It really isn't.
No, sir.
And now we're going to have Bashful Babe for the Reservoir Dolls and number 909. That will be Absolutely Daft for the Galaxy girls. Bashful Babe, a great move through that pack, picking up lead jammer. Absolutely Daft had a little bit of a trouble through the pack, but a little hop, skip, and a jump on the inside line. She's through. Bashful Babe gets on through the pack, picks up her 4 points, and calls it off. And number 60, Assaulting Carmel, once again on the jammer line for the Galaxy girls.
Up against number 12, Tiny Badness for the Reservoir Dolls. Tiny with a nice little hop on the inside, picks up lead jammer.
Assaulting Carmel through as well. She is hot on her heels. It's a race to the back of the pack. And there's the call off. Reservoir Dolls picking up 1 point to the Galaxy girls 0.
Number 26, Maxim Glitter there, sent on a cut penalty to the box there right at the end of the last jam.
Bashful Babe trying to call her people back, but Galaxy girls on that pivot line, so they got to stretch it out so the no pack will not be called. Bashful Babe able to pick up a lot of speed. Little bump and go. She picks up lead jammer status. But she's forced to call it off almost immediately as they'll fist fight also through very quickly.
Again, the Galaxy girls drawing up the Reservoir Dolls to that pivot line, giving the jammers lots of room to pick up speed.
Speedy Peaches with a hit, pushing Misbehaving to the outside, able to clear that line, give number 76, Mally Boomer for the Reservoir Dolls time to pick up lead jammer status. A little bit of trouble with a low block there, but she's able to call it off after getting her 4 points. Assaulting Caramel are absolutely daft. My apologies. No, that is Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls.
Up against Psychotic Angel for the Reservoir Dolls.
I can see numbers. No, really, I can.
Bit of a pile up there. We had a jammer, a blocker, and a ref down.
Assaulting Caramel picked up lead jammer status, but it is neck and neck around the track. She got passed in the pack.
Does not call it. Both jammers through for their 4.
Couple swings and misses there. Both jammers getting their 4 points. Assaulting Caramel now about a quarter lap behind, but she is your lead jammer. Reservoir Dolls picking up their 4. And Assaulting Caramel pushed to the inside, finally calls it off. After picking up 1 point. It'll be 3-on-3 on the pack as number 411 a fist fight for the Galaxy Girls up against number 11 for Bashful Babe for the Reservoir Dolls.
Bashful Babe through first by turn 2, picks up lead jammer.
Little fist fight is through the pack. Not your lead jammer, but completing her initial pass. Bashful Babe hits the front of the pack, calls it off. And she did get all 4 points for the Reservoir Dolls. Absolutely daft picks up the start for the Galaxy Girls up against Psychotic Angel for the Reservoir Dolls. Pushes her way up the front. She's got 1 to beat. Oh. Push to the outside, has to recycle to the back. That'll give an opportunity for Psychotic Angel, but she's got an entire 3 wall to beat. They close it down, absolutely daft. Lead jammer.
Psychotic Angel close on her tail. She decides to call it.
A 0-0 jam, but Galaxy now ahead 99-70, just about a minute left. So we could be heading into what might be the last jam, maybe.
Might be, maybe.
Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls, Death Wish for the Reservoir Dolls. Assaulting Caramel up against a 4 wall up front. Multiplayer block called, but it had an effect. And lead jammer, Galaxy Girls.
Death Wish taken out to the outside. Galaxy Girls, nice strong wall in front, holds her for half a lap.
And that's the end of that jam. And there's the whistle. There's the end of the half. Your halftime score, Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls 103, Junior Gems Reservoir Dolls 70. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. And welcome back to track 3, the second half of the Reservoir Dolls and the Galaxy Girls. Did you enjoy your break?
I did indeed, thank you. And how was your halftime?
It was pretty good. I got to watch the Humboldt Juniors, and I believe it's the Humboldt Saplings,
Yep.
and the Santa Cruz Derby Grom Shells warming up. I'm going to be announcing that bout, so
Nice.
it's fun to see them.
Up on the line
But
first.
right now we've got 5 seconds until Derby action.
Up in the line for Reservoir Dolls, we have Bashful Babe against Little Fist Fight.
Bashful Babe, a quick move to the inside, picks up lead jammer status. Little Fist Fight pushed to the outside by number 615, Lil Boomerang. Finally makes her way through on her initial pass. Bashful Babe on her scoring pass. Pushed down, finally forced to call it off, but she picked up her 4 points.
Up in the line for Reservoir Dolls, that's Tiny Badness against Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls.
Whistle blows, the jammers are off.
Tiny Badness hit to the inside, has to recycle to the back of the pack already. Assaulting Caramel through
Great.
first, picks up lead jammer.
She had a tough time getting through that 4 wall up front. They were doing a great job of waterfalling, holding her back. There we have some great cooperation between Speedy Peaches and Blue Meanie. And you know what? We completely missed the fact that this is now a power jam.
Indeed.
So Galaxy Girls with a power jam right here at the beginning of the half. It's like Assaulting Caramel got 4 points, 1 no pass, no penalty. So only got 4 on that pass, and the power jam is over.
Assaulting
And
Caramel
Assaulting Caramel
sent, sent to the box for a back block call.
hit the back of that pack a little bit hard.
Tiny Badness fights her way to the front, forces out a play call, gets through that pack. Staying on her toes, staying in bounds there, but hit to the outside. Speedy Peaches is not going to let her go too far back. Clears a nice little hole, and Tiny Badness is through, picking up her 5 points. And there's the jam.
So a little bit of a trade back and forth there, a couple power jams.
Bringing us to 112, Galaxy Girls 79, Reservoir Dolls.
Reservoir Dolls still well within striking distance and almost an entire half of roller derby to do it.
Up on the line, we've got Molly Boomer, number 76 for the Reservoir Dolls, versus 253, Misbehavin' for the Galaxy Girls.
They start right there on the jammer line. It's a scrum start, Misbehaving, trying to find a way to the outside, but it is Reservoir Dolls picking up lead jammer status. Molly Boomer turning on the speed on that scoring pass, hits the pack very quickly. She's got a couple to beat up front. Galaxy Girls waterfalling through, but she gets through for a grand slam, Reservoir Dolls.
Gets through, picks up her 4, and calls it. That's exactly what the Dolls needed to put some points on the board.
And coming up in this jam, we're going to have number 909, Absolutely Daft for the Galaxy Girls, and number 11, Bashful Babe for the Reservoir Dolls. 4-3 pack advantage for the Galaxy Girls. Bashful Babe pushed to the outside. Absolutely Daft trying to find her way through. Bashful Babe is up front, not lead jammer. A no pass, no penalty, didn't pick it up. And that'll be lead jammer for the Galaxy Girls. And she will wisely call that off as Bashful Babe headed for her scoring pass. So a very quick jam that time, and we're going to have 411 Lil Fist Fight and number 81 Blue Meanie as your jammers.
Not that I would know.
Lil Fist Fight is your lead jammer. Lil Fist Fight with a power jump for the Galaxy Girls. One to beat up front, she does, picks up her 5 points. Blue Meanie out of the penalty box, the power jam is over. And she'll get through, pick up her 4 points, and call off the jam.
Looks like we got number 13, Psychotic Angel, up on the line for the Reservoir Dolls versus number 60, Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls.
Assaulting Caramel pushing to the inside, tries to find the outside line, nothing doing. Nice move there by the Reservoir Dolls jammer, but she has finally pushed to the outside, and it is Galaxy Girls Assaulting Caramel for the lead jam. Number 13, Psychotic Angel, still having a little trouble getting through the pack. Finally out on her initial pass. As Assaulting Caramel forced to call it off after picking up only 2 points for the Galaxy Girls.
We would like to thank 104.7 K-Duck, my hits right now.
God, they're so not my hits.
And we've got number 253, Misbehavin' for the Galaxy Girls, and number 76, Mally Boomer, picking up lead jammer status for the Reservoir Dolls. Misbehavin' about a quarter track behind as they're racing for that pack. And Reservoir Dolls picking up 1 point before calling off the jam.
We got Blue Meanie up on the line for the Reservoir Dolls, up against Absolutely Daft for the Galaxy Girls.
Reservoir Dolls with lead jammer status for turn one. Blue Meanie, very quick feet through that pack. Absolutely Daft, still stuck in the pack, having a lot of trouble with those Reservoir Dolls.
Blue Meanie taken to the outside, has been forcing a quarter track backtrack for her.
Blue Meanie picks up a 5-point grand slam, calls it off. And now we're going to have number 11, Bashful Babe, for the Reservoir Dolls. And number 411, Lil Fistfight, for the Galaxy Girls. Lil Fistfight with a great move through the pack, picking up lead jammer status for the Galaxy Girls. Reservoir Dolls jammer through very quickly, about half a track behind. Galaxy able to pick up 2 points before that jammer caught up, forced the call off.
Galaxy Girls absolutely using all those lead jammer statuses to their advantage.
Yes, they are. They're doing very, very well at picking up those lead jammers, getting 2, 3, 4 points.
Gives them a lot of power on the track. We got Psychotic Angel on the line for Reservoir Dolls up against Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls.
Psychotic Angel hits the front of the pack first, but she is pushed down. Met up with Stella Mental up at the front of the pack. And it looks like Speedy Peaches got handed the star somewhere in there. She is now the jammer for the Reservoir Dolls.
Mally Boomer's been putting a hurt on the Galaxy Girls jammer for an entire lap there.
And Speedy Peach is able to pick up 1 for the Reservoir Dolls. And we're going to have an official timeout. Officials talking things over after that last play.
Visit the Wild Duck Cafe right in between tracks 2 and 3 for fresh made sandwiches, salad, snacks, coffee, as well as your favorite beverage. And visit the Lobby Grill for burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken wraps, and more.
They definitely saved me this morning with coffee.
Coffee. I'm sure I'll be there for some coffee at some point this afternoon.
So did you know that they're going to do this again next year?
Indeed.
They
Tell
are.
me more.
Well, the Big O 2015 dates are already set, May 1st through 3rd, 2015. Mark your calendars now.
Any of you fans out there know you're going to be here for 2015, the Big O? All right, one person. I'll be here.
Okay.
You'll be here? All right, he'll be here too. So that's 2 of us.
So we have an announcer and an NSO. Let's do some derby.
What more do you need? Again, folks, if you haven't made it all the way over to the room with track 1, there are a ton of vendors over there, including Fingers Duke, Green Monster, Lily Gumdrops, and Living Colored Duct Tape. All right.
That makes sense to me.
Go ahead.
So it looks like the official review was, or the official timeout rather, is about an illegal star pass. The jammer for the Reservoir Dolls dropped the panty. The pivot picked it up, and they're supposed to pass that panty back to the jammer because they can't put the star on unless it is passed to them hand to hand. So the pivot will pick up a penalty. She'll sit down for 30 seconds, and the Reservoir Dolls will start the next jam without one. Speaking of starting the next jam, it looks like we're about to get going.
Number 11, Bashful Babe up on the line for Reservoir Dolls, up against Misbehavin' for the Galaxy Girls. Blue Meanie takes Misbehavin' out to the inside, forced her to the back of the pack. Bashful Babe working hard up front, gets through first, but is not lead jammer. Misbehavin' decides strategically to call that off.
And it looks like we're going to have Tiny Badness on the jammer line for the Reservoir Dolls. Up against number 909, Absolutely Daft for the Galaxy Girls. Absolutely Daft picking up lead jammer status, but recycled just after she does so she will have to make her way through the pack once again, which she does, going through the inside, and she'll start on her scoring pass. Reservoir Dolls had one to beat up front there through on their initial pass. Reservoir Dolls trying to close things down. Absolutely Daft hits the front of the wall, calls off the jam. She'll pick up 3 points, but the Reservoir Dolls able to pick up a couple as well. That'll put us to 133 for the Galaxy Girls, 97 for the Reservoir Dolls.
Still 16 minutes left in the half.
Plenty of time for roller derby.
More than enough time for derby.
Number 81, Blue Meanie for the Reservoir Dolls. Little fist fight for the Galaxy Girls. Blue Meanie pushed to the inside, and it is, a back block through the back of the pack. So a power jam for the Reservoir Dolls. Blue Meanie on the power jam for the Reservoir Dolls. She'll have a 4-pack to beat up front. She pushes them out. Stretches as far as they can, but she'll get her 5 points.
A 4-3 pack advantage for the Reservoir Dolls. Blue Meanie through again, picks up another 5 points.
That is one thing about that passive offense, is it really is a war of attrition on the defending team. Blue Meanie and Lil Fistfight both back out on the track, so the power jam is over.
That brings us up to 105, 134.
Blue Meanie picking up that final 5 points right at the end of the jam. And now we're going to have Death Wish for the Reservoir Dolls and Assaulting Caramel for the Galaxy Girls.
Familiar adversaries.
Galaxy Girls lead jammer status. Reservoir Dolls jammer getting a little bit stuck there in the back of the pack. Nice hit there in turn 2. Forcing a recycle of the Galaxy Girls jammer and giving a little bit of an opportunity for the Reservoir Dolls to get out on their initial pass. Assaulting Caramel shrugs off a hit in turn 4, calls off the jam after picking up her 4 points.
Up now on the line, we got Bashful Babe for Reservoir Dolls up against Absolutely Daft for the Galaxy Girls.
Will be 3-on-3 in the pack. Each team sitting one in the penalty box.
That's 2-on-3 in the pack.
2-on-3.
Yep. Galaxy Girls had the advantage in the pack, but Bashful Babe through first, picks up lead jammer.
Reservoir Dolls calls it off right as she hit the pack and picked up 2 points. And now we're going to have number 76, Mally Boomer for the Reservoir Dolls up against 253. That'll be Misbehavin' for the Galaxy Girls. Misbehavin' unopposed on the inside, lead jammer. Mally Boomer had to recycle to the back of the pack, push to the inside. Makes it through on her initial pass.
Little boomerang. Takes Misbehavin' to the outside, forces her back with a little extra hop, forces her to call it.
Great job there in the back of the pack. Awesome defense.
Blue Meanie up on the line for the Reservoir Dolls, up against Little Fist Fight for Galaxy Girls.
4-3 plaque. Blue Meanie tries to push her way through 2 defenders. Gets pushed to the outside by Rosie D. Creamer.
Little Fist Fight through first, picks up lead jammer. Blue Meanie sent to the box for a cutting penalty, making this a power jam for the Galaxy Girls.
Lil Fist Fight picks up her first 5 points of that power jam. Very short packs out on the track. Galaxy Jammer pushed to the outside, has to recycle all the way back behind Speedy Peaches. Got a few to beat, she's able to do so. Gets to the front of the pack, picks up her 5.
Lumini again hit to the inside, forced to recycle back in that turn.
Nice hit by Deathwish. Both of these teams showing some very strong defenses. We're coming into the last part of the second half. About 10 minutes left to play in the game. And we're seeing some strong physical play, but Lil Fist Fight able to pick up a grand slam for the Galaxy Girls. Rosie D. Creamer with a nice hit on Blue Meanie, pushing her to the outside, forcing her to recycle to the back of the pack. Speedy Peaches tries to clear a lane for Blue Meanie, but Galaxy closing that wall very, very quickly. And there's the end of the jam as that one times out, and Lil Fist Fight picks up 5 more points.
That takes us to 163 Galaxy Girls to 112 Reservoir Dolls.
About 9.5 minutes left. Now we're going to have Bashful Babe for the Reservoir Dolls and Assaulting Carmel for the Galaxy Girls. Assaulting Carmel, assaulting that front line, trying to find her way around 2. Oh, one more to beat up front. She does it. Lead jammer Assaulting Carmel.
Bashful Babe takes the outside and then sneaks to the inside, gets through. Assaulting Carmel gets through, picks up her 4, and calls that jam.
So the Galaxy girls doing what they've been doing all about, pick up their 4, call it off.
It seems to be working so far.
I think that if you score more points than the other team, then I think that you win.
Something like that.
Okay.
Up on the line, that's 00 Death Wish for Reservoir Dolls. Up against 253 Misbehavin' for Galaxy Girls.
Misbehaving up against a tough 3-wall up front, trying to find a way around it, through it, whatever, but they've got a multiplayer block up front, finally breaks it up. She is lead jammer. Death Wish hung up in the pack. Misbehaving gets right on by a grand slam. 5 points for Misbehaving. Death Wish thought she found a line, but number 4 on the Galaxy Girls closed that one off. Misbehaving coming around for another scoring pass. Misbehaving with another grand slam for the Galaxy Girls as that defense of black is causing all sorts of problems for Death Wish. Finally, a line clears up for her. And she is through on her initial pass. Misbehaving around to the outside, picks up her 4, calls it off. And that jam will extend the Galaxy Girls' lead.
Tonight's after party will be at the Valley River Inn with DJ Agent Meow from Rose City.
Is that Cody winning over? That's what I want to ask.
Yeah, I think so. I don't see any of these at all. So on the track, we have some roller derby going on. Reservoir Dolls picking up lead jammer status.
That's Bashful Babe out there. Meanwhile, Absolutely Daft sent to the box for a back block.
So a power jam for Bashful Babe and a Reservoir Dolls. Moves her way around. Eva Lowe picks up her 5 points. Bashful Babe makes her way around, another 5 points for the Reservoir Dolls. 5 on 5 on the track. Galaxy Girls having to close up a 4-wall up front. Bashful Babe calls off the jam as the Galaxy Girls jammer was released from the box.
We got number 76, Mally Boomer, up on the line for Reservoir Dolls versus Little Fist Fight for Galaxy Girls. Mally Boomer. I can't even say that.
It's 5 on 5 on the track. Mally Boomer pushing away around that wall, but a cut track. She missed one of them. She'll go to the penalty box. That'll give a power jam to the Galaxy Girls. Lil Fistfight with some great skating, able to keep her feet in. She is your lead jammer.
Reservoir Dolls together up front. But Galaxy Girls working hard on offense to break up that white wall.
Galaxy Girls eschewing the passive offense, keeping the game in motion. But Little Fistfight able to make her way through, pick up her 5 points. Mally Boomer is back on the track. Out of the penalty box, makes her initial pass. Lil Fistfight on another scoring pass, looking to pick up a few more points. As Mally Boomer, nice move to the inside. She'll pick up 4 points for the Reservoir Dolls. The jam is called off as they'll fist fight push to the outside.
Tiny Badness up on the line for the Reservoir Dolls, up against number 60, Assaulting Carmel for the Galaxy Girls.
Whistle blows. They are off. Assaulting Carmel getting beat up in the back of the pack. She finally finds a way around to the outside, weaving her way through the pack. Lead jammer. Tiny Badness makes her way through on her initial pass. Both jammers are now through the pack. It's like this pack is racing. A lot of speed in this pack. Assaulting Carmel hits 3 up front, push to the inside. Back on her skates very quickly. And the defense begins to clamp down a little bit.
A wall of white up front, really holding Assaulting Carmel back. But gets a little offensive help from her friends.
Tiny Badness called on what looked like a cut track. So a power jam for the Galaxy Girls, which will come right after this Galaxy Girls timeout.
This timeout brought to you by the Galaxy Girls.
This timeout also brought to you by LTD. Thanks to LTD for supporting the Big O. Check out the one pass for only $50. Your kids get access to Willamette facilities and unlimited LTD rides all summer.
If you're from the Eugene area, you know that's a pretty stellar deal. And if tonight's after party is not enough for you, we are actually having 2 parties tomorrow. There's a Sunday night pre-party at Ninkasi Brewing. Free first pint for skaters showing their wristbands until 9 p.m. closing. That's at 272 Van Buren Street, about a half a block away from the Blair Alley after party. And again, the after party at Blair Alley Arcade, 245 Blair Boulevard, with DJ Anya Bunny Slayer from Humboldt. See that?
And looks like the timeout is over. Absolutely daft. Taking the jammer line for the Galaxy Girls and that aforementioned power jam.
Reservoir Dolls take to the pivot line, and the Galaxy Girls join them.
That'll give Absolutely Daft a little bit of time to size things up, which she does. And a great lane to the inside. Picks up lead jammer status, slowing things way down. And looks like they're just going to eat a little bit of time off the clock as she is barely moving.
Psychotic Angel just trying to engage her to get some action on the track. Tiny Badness is back in.
But the power jam is over, so they have to play a little bit of offense and defense now. Roller derby going on the track. As both jammers are there, Reservoir Dolls trying to push through, but pushed to the outside by Juvenile. Tiny Badness recycled to the back of the track, back up front once again. Runs into Rosie D. Creamer and Juvenile up front. Out of play called, but she was pushed to the inside, needs to recycle to pick up those points. And there we go around to the outside. And that is her initial pass. Tiny Badness still in the back of the pack. Pushing up against those Reservoir Dolls. That 3-wall in back. Makes her way through. Comes to the front, gets her 5 points, a grand slam for the Galaxy Girls.
Meanwhile, Tiny Bandits is fighting hard to get through that pack.
And the Galaxy girls chewed through that last gem, picked up the Grand Slam, called it off just as the timer ran out.
Unofficial final has us at 129 Reservoir Dolls to 202 Galaxy Girls.